Hello everybody, Walter here. Welcome to episode 20 of my Oxygen Node Included Let's Play series with the Space Node DLC. In the previous episode we started interconnecting the different parts of our base a bit more and also working on concentrating all of the industry in our base in a single block, the industrial brick. This will be the focus for this episode and potentially also the next, but before I can actually start on that, there are a few minor projects I want to work on beforehand. So let's jump back into our colony and let's have a look. And we're back at the industrial brick with currently just 2 metal refineries and a cooling system, but as I said, I'm going to add to this quite soon. But before I get started on that, let's actually get to the bottom here and start melting some more plastic. I'm just going to allow my tubes to put plastic in here, so I can then use the heat in this igneous rock here to melt it into naphtha and also at the same time cool down the igneous rock here. So I can at some point get rid of all of this here and also make this look a bit fuller, because this half full reservoir here looks just a bit strange in my opinion. But we can print something out. So let's have a look what we can work with. We have building, doctoring, decorating. Not really a combination I'm looking for. Bottomless stomach, nope. Unconstructive, loud sleeper, no, not really what I'm looking for. Although rocketry, tilling, suit very interesting combination here, but not really what I'm looking for. Whatever, let's go with the seed. It's not really useful, but I want to wait until I get a dupe that's actually worth something. And if you look in the solid overlay, you can already see we have plastic waiting here, and the plastic in here is already getting warmed up and at some point should turn into naphtha. Very, very nice. Next on the agenda is dealing with the zombie spores in this carbon dioxide here. And for that, I'm just going to delete it using a door crusher. Then automatic, let's go with copper. I don't really have much gold right now, so let's use this instead. Time sensor. Then I need to put in a couple tiles at the top. I can already place one here. Then I can place a couple in there. Now I need to still get in here. I need to... This one here I can do diagonally. Then I need to get down here. And then... how do I want to do this? Yeah, let's do it like that. Let's increase the priority of all of this here to 7. I don't really need to power those mechanized airlocks. This can run in the background. And yeah, now I just need to wait until this here is built. And now with the doors in place, I can start closing this up. So first, let's make sure the doors remain closed. Then I need to do a little bit of digging. I need to dig this one here out and this one here out. That should make it possible to access this area here and in this whole area here with the door crusher. I also need to close this up, and once I have dug this out, I can also close up this part down there. And now the last part is actually dealing with the spot shit and turning this on. So let's start with the latter. I want this to be open for 10 seconds and closed for 5 seconds, which should make this highly efficient. But to deal with the spot shit, what I essentially need to do is dig out this part here, and I already can access it, or I will be able to easily access it by just digging out those few tiles down there. And that's the spot shit dealt with, and as I can see already, the pressure down here has decreased quite obviously, so this is working as intended. Very nice to see. Last side project is getting rid of this oil refinery here. I really don't need any more petroleum than I already have right now. So let's just close up this valve here and wait until this pipe here has been emptied out. And that's the last bit of petroleum being moved out. So I can now finally get rid of those pipes here. Also this pipe there, the power wire, and the refinery itself. And that's looking much cleaner already. Very nice. Now, remember when I said this was the last side project? Yeah, I found another one when I was looking around and saw this atrocity here. Yeah, there is still debris in here. I have no clue how I didn't see this for the last 15 episodes or so, but it's really annoying me now that I have seen this. So I very quickly get rid of this tile here, get my dupes, sweeping all of this here out and then closing this up again. There we go, the debris is now dealt with and Ruby is about to close this off again, so we are pretty much done in this corner here. While I'm here I might as well give some mopping orders to clean up in this area a bit. And yeah, this also I can... Oh, I still have not inspected this. Okay, I have some more data banks to work with. And later on a vest or something like that. But more importantly, we can now start working on the industrial brick. And in this case, I want to start here a bit to the side with an extension of the brick, which will go in this place where we had the oil refinery just a few moments ago. The first thing I want to do is add a 3-high liquid dock in here with crude oil, naphtha and petroleum. And since I already have the reservoir here to the side, I'm just going to remove those two tiles. Then drop the liquids from the top and force it via this wall here, or at least the overflow into this reservoir again. So that should work quite nicely. I still need to get in there, so let's put in a ladder for now. And then I need to drop stuff in, a pedestal on top. I'm also going to put one in here since I need a temporary airlock or liquid dock here, so I can do a little additions in this area here. While I'm here, I might as well add a ladder there and get rid of those two tiles at the top too. Now with the liquids in place, we can start a bit of a cleanup here. So I don't need this anymore, I don't need that anymore, the ladder is no longer needed. I also need this wall. Important part here is the wall needs to be removed from the top towards the bottom, or otherwise this petroleum here would exchange due to a displacement rule in its place with the oxygen in this space here. Then I can also close this up again. In this corner at the top there, I need a gas pump. Yeah, let's go with gold amalgam. Next to that, I need an atmo sensor right there. This needs to be connected to the pump. Then the pump also needs some power. And that power needs to go... I'll have to have a look quite soon. Then I have another power wire going over here. I need a wall exactly there. Yeah, that looks good actually. Then let's go just up there. I need also a gas pipe. And yeah, let's go with insulated pipes through here. Yeah, that works exactly the way it's supposed to. Oh, I'm going to need a ladder here for now, since this is still closed up. Yeah, what's still missing over here? Yeah, I also need to open up this space here, so I can get in there with my dupes. Then, let's have a look. Yeah, I'm still missing the actual power transformer in this spot there. I might as well also put in a proper wall to the side. Do I want to put in a pneumatic door here? No, it's not really necessary. So, liquid dock is in place. Then I can put in a bit of the plumbing already. And the first thing I need to do is actually move in this part that's currently moving with the wall to inside. So let's increase the priority of this a bit. And then all I need to do is, once this is in place, all I need to do is snip this off right here. And then wait until this has cleaned out again. And then I can remove this whole pipe right there. Now before I can remove those two ladders to place in the Ethanol Distillers, I actually need to put in one more pipe at the top at least. And that's this part of the cooling loop, which goes just all the way to over here. And yeah, let's go with insulated pipes into the cooling system. So I need to bridge that over there. I'm also going to need another bridge there and another bridge here. And 2 more there. Then let's quickly close this part of the cooling loop. Then I go over there. And from here on, I will have to look at later. Then here we are going to put in a pipe connecting the 2 distillers. And this pipe here goes over here. Then we are bridge down, down again, and then into this bridge there. This, by the way, is the main reason I needed access to this area here. So this now needs to be done. While this is being built, I might as well start with some more automation. I need a sweeper here, a conveyor loader next to that, and a conveyor chute next to that. I am leaving out the conveyors or conveyor belts themselves. I will put them in at a later point. This is just so I don't forget about this in the intermediate time. And now I can finally get rid of the 2 ladders I placed earlier. I can also start closing up in this area here. Just making sure the bottom is built first. Or I would unnecessarily delete the chlorine in there. As you can see, I also started up the pump because I only want carbon dioxide in here. And once all other gases have been removed, I am actually going to set this up so I have a pressure in here of at least, let's say, 3 kilograms or so per tile, because the distillers, which I, by the way, can already place, produce as a byproduct also polluted dirt, and if the pressure in here is too low, that would off-gas, and that's not really what I'm looking for in here. But for now, let's have all of this here built, and once the bottom is done, I can also increase the priority for the top again. So that is looking much better already. And there we go, nothing but carbon dioxide in here. Subsequently, I already set the atmo sensor here to 3 kilograms per tile. And now all I need is to wait until I get some wood into the base and can get those here running. Next up, let's go a bit to the right and start filling in this part here at the bottom of the industrial brick. And the first thing I would like to do is add a bit of a floor here and here. I'm also going to add a metal tile right there and down there. I need to get rid of this one here. Then, before I forget it, let's add the side wall here with the entrances. And now for the actual components that go in here. The first is a glass forge, right in this corner. Then under stations I need the textile loom right here. Then the refashionator gets in this corner, and the exosuit forge gets in this corner up there. Although I could also... Yeah, let's exchange them. I need the forge more often than the refashionator. Yeah, that makes more sense. Now, for automation, let's grab an autosweeper, one here and a second one right there. Then I need a conveyor loader here and a second one right there. I need a chute here, and this chute needs to be connected to the bottom one, like so. It will also be connected to further at the top there, as well as this loader here, but I leave out in this part of the automation for now. Then, before I forget it, the glass forge actually produces liquid glass, which needs to be put out. Let's go with ceramic for that. Needs to be put out directly here, and then dropped on this metal tile so it can directly solidify and exchange heat with the cooling loop, which I also need to put in. So let's go through here. I'm actually going through the metal tile just to be on the safe side. Then I'm going for the corner, which I'm going to use. Let's actually use copper for that. And then I need to go down here. Then I go all the way over here. Here again a metal pipe. And then let's return through here. Then I'm just going up here straight, which is quite nice since it will also cool down all of this a bit. And then I need to go over here and essentially close the loop. Although I will have to have a look how I want to do the rest there in just a bit. I'm still missing a bridge here. And that's about all I need. Now for power. Let's have a look. How do I want to do this? Yeah, let's go like so. And then I'm going straight down. Connecting them there. And this one here needs to be connected to the transformers at the top there. And I totally forgot to add a conveyor receptacle in this spot right there. And now, while I'm here, I might as well also start with some of the conveyor rails going up. At least to this spot there. And let's add a little bridge up there. And with that we are pretty much done down here, so I might as well put some decoration in place. Let's add a canvas right there. Then some trims in those corners. Then ceiling trim in those spots, and I have still some space for an aeropod right there. Now with the deco in place, it's time to set up those two conveyor loaders, but for the top one at least, I'm going to need some glass, which is the reason TheRelaxed is currently making some of that, which will be done in a moment, but I can already set the bottom one to transport all clothing from the bottom to the top. And as you can see, we now have already a little bit of glass being produced, which is now available there. So let's set up our overlay there probably. And now I can set up this one here too, to transport all the clothing that is finished, which are atmosuits, whatever balloon friends are, and the Primo Garb, and also glass. This with slightly higher priority than the bottom one. So this is being done directly. And as you can see, there is some gold amalgam lying around. Because I decided halfway through building all of those rails here to switch them to iron ore. Since, contrary to what I remembered, they don't affect decor value. So I don't need gold amalgam for the decor plus. And can just use iron ore where I have a lot of. Instead of gold amalgam, which is a bit of a rare resource right now. So, this is now all finished down here. So we can concentrate on this part at the top there. And the first thing I would like to do is actually make a few modifications to this cooling loop here. The first is actually replacing some of those metal tiles or metal pipes here with normal pipes. Since I don't need that much cooling, the only things that are actually getting a bit warm are the buildings themselves, but not the rest of this entire setup. At some point I might actually want to add some temp shift plates, but yeah, granite should be well enough. So one here, one there, and that's more than enough. But we are still going to add a few more things over here. First of all, I'm actually going to split off this part here. So I can have my return loop inside of this part, and this one here will go in a zigzagging way through the entire build. Then I also want to add a liquid reservoir right here in case I need to extend the cooling loop for the future. So I can put a reservoir of water in there and don't have to refill this if I do that. This needs to be inserted in here, and since it's going in the wrong way in a sense, I need to be a tiny bit creative here with just two bridges here which effectively switch in the direction the pipes are going for this little spot here. So this now needs to be done, and well, let's actually continue here on the side with a wall and then a floor or ceiling on top. Here I also need to get rid of those ladders, as well as this one there. And in this spot I can already place my station's blast shot maker, which goes right here. Then next to that I'll need my auto sweeper, which goes right there. Then on top of that, another auto sweeper right there. Below or in the middle, metal tile. Then I need an airflow tile here, another one there. On top of the airflow tile, I need a bottle emptier. Then a mesh tile here, 3 normal tiles to the side right there. And then this one here will be again 4 high. This needs to go until I'm above the bottle emptier, and then I go 1 higher. And that should be 1 further than below. Yeah, that should do the trick. Then I can also get rid of those and these here. I also don't need this one there. Then here I need 3 lowered ones, and then 1 raised one, and the second one is a weight plate. I also need one right here, I believe. So let's get a gap in there, and let's place 1 more weight plate right there, like this here. Now I can grab some wire and connect the pressure plate to the blast shot maker. The pressure plate should turn this on when we are below 10 blast shots or 100 kilograms. Then I'm going to add also some wire on top of here and here. A hydro sensor in there. Then I'm going to grab myself some refinement buildings. First a rock crusher here. Then a molecular forge there. Then a kiln here and another kiln right there. Next to the forge, I'm going to need a pitcher pump right there. And then a liquid vent right there. Now for shipping, I need a conveyor chute here. Then 2 loaders here. Another one there and 2 more below. Then let's put 2 tiles here. On top of that, under stations, I need the, where is it? Crafting station, which goes in there. Then while we're here, I might as well put in a canvas there. Then where do I have some more gaps? There is a little gap here. Then down there we have some gaps. Let's just beautify the entire thing a tiny bit. Here on the side we still need the rest of the wall. I can also put in a bit more above there. This looks good. Next up is power. And I'm really low on gold, so I'm going to use copper for that, which isn't an issue since it doesn't really change the deco value at all anyway. So let's go up with that one here. This one here connects to those buildings here. Then this one here goes up here. This one goes up there. Then let's put in some bridges. This one here will... yeah, this works out quite nicely. Yeah, like so. This one here, then I can go up with those here in this corner. And connect finally down here. Yeah, that looks good. Although let's go like so, yeah, that looks, I think, a bit better. Okay, this is power done, more or less. This one here will be on a slightly different grid. I still need shipping. So let's have a look. These two will have to go in this line and in this line here. So this one here goes over there. This one here goes over there. And this is the return line from the bottom. And that one goes straight in there. Yeah. So following that, I'm going to add some more automation around those metal refineries here. So let's start with the auto sweeper. Then the second one on top and in between the metal tile. Then I can continue with this floor here. Wait, not over there. This one here actually needs to be moved down before I forget about that. I also need to get rid of these ladders. Then here I'm going to need a joint plate and some more wire, because I want a second transit tube in the layer above. So I also need to get rid of this ladder there. Then let's go and let's connect them like that. And then to the network. I can put in the access. In here I have a 5 room, so let's just add the ceiling to that. Part of that is actually a joint plate for rat bolts. Then another one down there. Here I can, oops, this was one too high. I can put in this. This one here needs to be deconstructed. No idea why I forgot this earlier. So that's the wall done. Also this in here needs to be rebuilt one lower, obviously. Then I need some more shipping. First a conveyor loader down here. Then flipped over one here, one there, last one there, and I'm out of gold. A bit annoying. Then 2 chutes, and I need to get up there occasionally, so some ladders. This, as I said, will be reserved for the diamond press. I still need to unlock. Now for power. Let's have a look. All of this here can be more or less on one power grid. That should be no issue at all. Second power grid here for the diamond press will be this one. Then for shipping, I need to connect one of those two to this one here, and this one here to this over there. So let's do it like this here. Then this one here also goes straight up. Then this one here, and this one here will go also to the top, similarly to those two. So, anything else I need to do? Yeah, I need in plumbing. I need access or well, petroleum in those two places here. And I also need still the cooling loop. So let's go through here. Wait. Also so here. Radiant pipe here and there. Then I'm just going through this and then up here. And then I will go in the opposite direction, and then I will have to look how I go through all of this in a bit. Then I need petroleum in those two. Yeah, let's just go over here. Just like that. Okay. So I will also need water above, and I also have this last pipe which will also go a bit further up. So those two are more or less reserved. Wait, water comes from down here. Yeah, let's grab the water from here with priority. Then in there. Simply connecting this like so. Yep, that works. Then I have my pipe for the petroleum, which goes straight down. And then over here, straight out. Just like that. Then let's turn this on again. I need a couple of bridges for obvious reasons. And that's already all connected. Yep, that looks pretty good already. Now before I continue over here, there is one thing I forgot about, and that is the cooling for my purification floor over here. So I have somewhat the space already freed for my cooling loop, which will go basically through here via a couple bridges. Then down here through the floor. Then here we'll add a couple bridges again, and that should be all I need to do over here. Let's see. Yeah, this one here, and then I need to add 3 bridges here. Snap this off in those spots, wait until all of this here is emptied out. And then I can add this to my normal pipe. Similarly here, I'm going to need to add a couple bridges as well as there. Then I can also cut off these spots. I also need to make sure these here are empty. Maybe I should prioritize these a tiny bit. Yeah, that might be a good idea. But I'm not done yet. As I said, I need to connect all of this with my loop from over here, and this is very easily done via a single bridge here. So the water comes from the left, makes a loop-the-loop, and goes up. Yeah, that looks good. The pipes are, or the bridges are also all going in the correct direction. Yeah, that's looking very, very good. So now with all of this in place, it's finally time to set up this whole floor here. Although first I would like to actually set up the exosuit forge down here. So I'm going to repair all of the Atmo suits, and while I'm here also jet suits and lead suits with highest priority. Then let's sweep all of that up. And here I'm going to start on the right with the blast shots, and the metal I have the most of is copper, so I'm going to use that with a slightly increased priority. Then for the rock crusher, I already have one set up down here, so I'm just going to copy the settings for this one. And then I can also get rid of these down here, and also with the power wire there. So then I have a kiln here for ceramic, which I'm going to simply copy too. Then over here I have one for refined carbon, which should run until I have a, let's say, a ton lying around. Then the bottle emptier here needs to be set up to the same as the bottom ones. And next up is setting up a couple of those conveyor loaders here, which is a bit fiddly and time consuming, so I'll skip ahead a tiny bit. Everything is now properly set up, so let's have a quick look. This conveyor loader here moves everything the metal refineries or this kiln produce straight up onto this ledge here. So for the most part that's for now steel, ceramic and the refined metals. Then we have this conveyor loader here which moves towards the right, things like worn clothing, sand, then everything that needs to be crushed in the rock crusher, reed fiber, plastic, diamond and abyssalite, and copper and gold. Then in the opposite direction, this conveyor loader here moves towards the left, the lime and also the sedimentary rock that's left over from crushing fossils. For now I don't have anything available the molecular forge would produce, so I can't put that in there yet. And then finally moving down, we are for one reed fiber onto the receptacle, so once the corresponding conveyor rail here has been saturated, the rest will remain up here and can be used by the molecular forge. And then also being moved down, but as much as possible onto this ledge there, are worn clothing, and for one also sand for the glass production. And that's pretty much all I wanted to achieve today. The center floors of the industrial brick are now done, which means this is a pretty good point to stop with this episode here. And in the next episode we are going to concentrate in this area here. For one, the last two missing floors for the industrial brick, which will be around the whole research building setup, and then if there is enough time also a logistics center right on top of that one. And with that, all that is left for me to say is that I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please like, share and comment if you did so, it really helps with the algorithm. Independent of that, I wish you a nice day and well, see you!